Beneath the ordinary world lies a veil, and behind it, the voices of the lost still whisper.
We are your guides into the shadows, where true crime meets the paranormal.
From chilling crimes to haunted histories, we uncover the stories that refuse to rest.
This is Veil of Echoes. It starts on a night so still, you can hear the house breathing. The kind of silence that settles on your skin, like something is waiting.
Everyone's asleep, lights off, doors locked, nothing moving but the dark curling through the rooms.
No, that wasn't settling wood. That wasn't my dream. Someone's at the door.
But it's the way the knocks fall. Too gentle to be urgent. Too steady to be frightened. Too small.
They're knocking too high. Like a kid stretching, reaching up. But why would a child be here at 3 a.m?
The sound shifts from the door to the wall, like something is gliding along the siding, following the frame inch by inch.
Then a voice. Thin, flat. Emotionless in a way no child's voice should ever sound.
We need help. Please, let us in. No. Don't open it. Don't move. Don't even breathe.
Shadows spill across the threshold, sharp-edged, unnaturally still, shapes that don't flicker with the porch light the way they should.
They've moved from the door to the glass, standing inches away, waiting.
Just a sliver. Just enough to see who's out there. 2 kids. Pale. Still. Staring up at me. Like they've been standing here for hours. A boy. A girl. Clothes. Too old. Too clean. Like they stepped out of a photograph.
Their faces are emotionless, their skin colorless, and their eyes
Black. Completely black. Not dilated, not shadowed, but bottomless, like their eyes aren't eyes at all.
We can't come in. Not unless you invite us.
Episode 21. The Black-Eyed Children. Visitors in the dark.
Hey guys, and welcome back to Veil of Echoes.
We're your hosts. I'm Lindsay.
I'm Zach.
And I'm Bria. Every Friday, we step into the shadows, following legends, hauntings, and the stories whispered just beyond the edges of the light.
Tonight's journey leads us to one of the most unsettling legends of modern era. A phenomenon whispered online, feared in the late forums, and reported by people all over the world.
Children who appear at doorsteps long after midnight, asking for help, asking to be let inside. Children whose eyes are nothing but endless, pitch-black void.
Tonight, we're talking about the Black-Eyed Children, A legend that feels new, but echoes something far older and far darker than the internet's timeline can hold. But before we begin, whether you're joining us tonight for the first time, or you've been walking with us through the veil since episode 1, thank you. Your support means the world to us.
If you haven't already, tap follow on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. It helps our indie show grow and brings more listeners into our little corner of the cinematic strange.
And if you've been enjoying the sound design, the storytelling, and the hours we pour into every episode, leave a rating or review. It helps more people discover Veil of Echoes, and it truly makes a difference.
A quick warning before we begin. Tonight's episode explores themes of paranormal visitors, child entities, and real-world encounters that some listeners may find deeply unnerving.
These stories are shared to explain the folkloric, psychological, and supernatural roots behind the phenomenon, and why it affects so many people across so many places.
As always, listeners' discretion is advised.
For many people, the story of the black-eyed children feels like modern legend. Something whispered on the internet, born from message boards, and late-night forum threads.
But the truth is stranger. Reports of pale children with pitch-black eyes reach far beyond the digital age. Long before the first forum posts, before social media, before anyone had a name for them, people were describing the same thing.
In Native American lore, there are whispered stories of spirit children who appear in pairs, silent, expressionless, begging for help, yet radiating a dread that no living child ever could. Some tribes believed these visitors were spirits trapped between worlds, seeking entry into the homes of the living.
In ancient Celtic tales, pale children with black eyes appear near burial sites and thresholds, always at night, always asking to be invited in. They were described as fey mimics, beings that could imitate the appearance of a child, but not the soul behind the eyes.
Even in medieval Europe, stories survive of night visitors, children without pupils, faces too perfect, faces too calm, knocking at doors while the household slept. Chroniclers describe them as borrowed children, little ones taken by spirits and returned hollow.
It's creepy.
Mm-hmm.
But the version we know today, the one that exploded across the world, began with a man named Brian Bethel, a journalist, a skeptic, someone who didn't believe in anything paranormal. Until the night, two boys approached his car in an empty parking lot just after sunset.
He said he felt fear before he even understood why. The boys were pale, motionless, their voices monotone. They asked for help. They wanted a ride. They wanted him to let them in. But something in their faces, something in their eyes, made him freeze.
He described their eyes as two slick pools of black, like a shark's eyes, but emptier. When he looked directly at them, he said the world around him felt like it flickered, like something was wrong with the air itself.
And when he finally refused to unlock his car door, the boys changed. Their voices lost all presence of emotion. Their wording became mechanical. Their smiles too wide and too practiced, as if they didn't understand how smiles are supposed to work in the first place.
Bethel's story spread. At first, people mocked it, called it fiction, creepypasta, an urban legend for the digital age. But then, more reports surfaced. From Texas, from Ohio, from the UK, from rural Canada, from the remote desert highways, from neighborhoods where no children should be walking after midnight.
Every story shared the same details. 2 children, old-fashioned clothes, skin too pale, voices too flat, and eyes. Nothing but black. Always asking for help, always asking to be let in, always trying to cross a threshold they can't cross without permission.
Whatever they are, wherever they came from, they don't ask for much. Just an invitation.
If 2 children knocked on your door in the dead of night, calm, expressionless, their eyes nothing but black, would you open it? Or would you pretend that you never heard the knock?
I would just talk to them through my window.
Well, if I know it's a child, I'm fucking done. I'm out.
They remind me of vampires asking for permission to be let in.
Luckily, our front door is full glass, so you can see what's going on. But yeah, it'd be kind of hard to open it because I'm like,
If there's gonna be 2 children that are gonna walk up to my door and they're pale, bye, leave.
Like,
Yeah.
listen,
Get out.
I don't know where you're from, but you'll get shot around here. So
You're
go
in the
home.
wrong door. You should have not showed up at this door. You might want to turn around and go.
Who the fuck is you knocking on my door?
Until they remind you of vampires?
Yeah, with the invitation exception, and they're waiting for it, and they're like,
Yeah.
Like, all right, follow me this way. No, you gotta tell me I can come in.
Yeah, well, why do you have to come in?
Well,
Well,
Yeah.
I need your permission first. Well, why?
Why do you need to come into my house, bitch? I ain't got no toys for
Especially
you
if
to play
they're
with.
wearing old-ass clothes and their eyes were black. I'd be like, these aren't real people.
demons.
Yeah. Something's up. Every legend has rules, patterns, behaviors that give us clues to what we're dealing with. And the black-eyed children are no exception.
Their story changed from place to place, from desert towns to suburban streets, to long, empty highways. But their rules never change.
The first rule, you never see one alone. There's always 2. Sometimes a boy and a girl. Sometimes 2 boys. Sometimes siblings. Sometimes strangers. But they move with the same rhythm, speak with the same calm, and watch you with the same exact expression.
People say it feels like they're sharing a mind, or a script, or a single intention split between 2 small bodies.
No matter the story, the children always ask to be let in. They beg to come inside, to use the phone, to get a ride, to wait for their mother, to warm up. The request is always polite, always calm, and always rehearsed.
But they never cross the threshold. Not into your home, not into your car, not into your space. Not without your permission.
It's the most disturbing detail. They could break the glass, force the lock, step forward, but they don't. They wait, patient, still, like they're following an ancient rule older than any house they stand in front of.
Their voices are wrong. Too flat for fear, too polite for desperation, too monotone for a living child in danger. Sometimes people say their words sound memorized, like they're quoting lines from a script.
Others say their speech glitches, repeats, loops in the exact same pitch, as if it's being replayed through a speaker you can't see.
Nearly every witness says the same thing. The fear hits before the eyes do. Before the request, before the words, before the knock. A coldness that crawls over the skin like a warning the body understands long before the mind catches up.
One man said he felt like he was staring at something wearing a child's suit. Something that mimicked the shape, the tone, and the innocence, but didn't understand what any of those things meant.
Lights flicker, radios rap, phone lose signal, security cams freeze, baby monitors distort. Whatever they are, they don't just disturb people, they disturb the world around them.
Eyewitnesses describe their porch lights popping, TVs turning themselves on, car locks clicking without reason, almost like something in the environment is rejecting them, or bending around them.
Sometimes they look normal at first. Hands in their pockets, hoods pulled low, faces angled down. But eventually, inevitably, they lift their heads.
And when you see their eyes, pitch black, mirrorless, an endless void, it's already too late. Not because they can hurt you, but because once you've seen them, they don't forget you.
Stories say that those who let the children in never talk about what happened after. Not because they die, most don't, but something changes. Their health, their memory, their luck, their dreams. Some say the children mark you. Others say they open a door you can't close again.
Whatever the truth is, the rule is always the same. Don't open the door, don't invite them in, and don't let them cross the threshold.
So, if a stranger needed help, if he was a child standing in the cold at your door, would your instinct be to protect them, override the warning in your gut, or would you listen to the fear you can't explain? Ooh.
They showed up grayed skin with black eyes.
Yeah, again, like
Police station.
like we said earlier. No.
How can I help you, sir? You can stay out there. How can I help you?
They're like, I'm sorry, but then it says they stay out there and wait. That's what's. Be like, you can wait all you want.
Yeah, you can wait there all you want. These curtains are going closed. Bye.
Yeah, for sure. But like, I don't know what you guys are looking for, but it's not here.
It's anything involving like ghost children.
I'm like,
creepy.
man, you're so close to the police station. That way.
Yeah.
Go that way about 3 blocks.
Yeah.
Past the library just a little bit. That way.
Yeah.
Stories of the black-eyed children aren't confined to one place or one type of person. They happen in cities, small towns, empty highways, and quiet cul-de-sacs where nothing strange ever happens.
And while skeptics call these encounters urban legends or misidentifications, the details shared by witnesses are too consistent to ignore. Tonight we're going to walk through some of the most chilling accounts ever recorded.
It's 1996, Abilene, Texas. A journalist named Brian Bethel is sitting in his car late at night, writing a check in the glow of the theater marquee. The parking lot is quiet, empty, nothing but asphalt, and the buzz of fluorescent lights.
That's when he hears it. A knock on the driver's side window. 2 boys stand outside, both wearing hoodies, both pale, both with their faces tilted down just enough to hide their eyes.
They ask for a ride home. They say they want to see a movie. They claim they forgot their money. Their voices, flat, calm, rehearsed.
Bethel says he felt fear before he understood why. Something deep and primal telling him, do not open the door. And then he finally sees their eyes. Black. Solid black. Glossy and empty. Like twin pools of ink.
The boys change. Their voices lose their politeness. They begin repeating their request. The same words, same pitch, same tone. Like a line looped on a broken tape. Bethel panics, throws the car into reverse, and speeds away.
When he looks into the rearview mirror, the parking lot is empty, and the boys are gone.
A woman from Vermont was studying alone in her family's cabin in the dead of winter. 3 feet of snow, temperatures below zero, roads closed for miles. At 2:30 a.m., somebody knocked on the door.
She assumed it was a stranded motorist, someone who slid off the road, someone freezing, and someone desperate. She opened the top latch and peeked outside. 2 children, barefoot in the snow.
Their clothes were soaked. Their hair plastered to their foreheads. But their skin, perfect. Cold, untouched by the storm. They asked to come in. Politely, calmly. Too calmly.
When the woman hesitated, one of the children lifted his head. That's when she saw their eyes. Black, deep, reflecting the firelight like polished obsidian. She slammed the door, locked every bolt, turned off every light.
The children stood there for nearly an hour, never knocking again, never speaking, just waiting. When she finally peeked outside at sunrise, there were no footprints in the snow.
A truck driver in Missouri was heading down Route 67 after midnight, and he saw a young girl walking along the shoulder of the road. She was barefoot, wearing a white dress in the middle of winter, her head bowed. He slowed down, rolled down the window, asked if she was okay.
The girl didn't answer. She just kept walking, her shoulders rising and falling with slow, steady breaths. He pulled over and stepped out. And that's when she stopped. She turned her head.
Her eyes were black, solid black, no whites, no reflection, just empty darkness staring back at him.
She opened her mouth, as if to speak, but what came out wasn't a child's voice. Something too deep, too old, too inhuman. He ran back to the truck, locked the doors, and floored the gas.
The girl was gone. Just gone.
I thought they showed up in pairs. I guess this one didn't.
Yeah, for some reason.
I think it said
Most of
some
the time.
do and some don't.
Most of the time,
Yeah.
they're in pairs, I guess. Ugh, either
But
way,
usually a
screw
boy,
that.
2 boys, or a boy and a girl alone, I don't know.
Yeah, it's probably something else. Who knows? Then there was a couple in Ohio. They got a call at 3 a.m. from a number they didn't recognize. A child's voice whispered, "We're outside. Let us in." They lived in a secure apartment building on the 3rd floor with a locked lobby. Still, they heard knocking on their door.
A mother in Oregon heard whispering through her baby monitor. 2 voices, childlike, repeating the same phrase over and over. "Can we come in?" Her baby was asleep, alone in the room, the window locked. When she checked the hallway camera, she saw 2 small figures standing under the porch light, not moving.
So, if you witness something like this, a child alone, cold, knocking at your door, could you turn them away? Or would compassion overrule caution? My compassion would overrule.
Yeah, I mean,
If I see
especially
their
if you,
eyes,
yeah, if you see their eyes, but
If I see the all black eyes, I'm like,
see,
Oh,
that's
no,
why they're
man.
not really smart. They should probably wait to show you their eyes when they're in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
don't be giving them ideas.
Exactly. Well,
Yeah.
I'm just
Like,
saying.
well, are you okay? Are you okay? Yeah.
Yeah, then when you get in, because you let them in, then
God
that's when you
damn
get like, oh, your bitch is what I am. You know what I mean? They're not that smart.
Then you got
No.
the head that's some little kid.
But if I saw like 2 small figures like on my hallway camera and you didn't see their eyes, and I mean, I'd feel like
I would be like, all right, we're moving.
like, what's wrong?
Yeah, it's just, I guess it's all just a situational moment, because yeah, compassion's always going to overrule it, but if you see their eyes and their skin, you're going to be like, oh, what are you doing, little fucker?
I'm gonna be like, when did you come out of the grave?
Yeah.
Like, especially, I'm going to start looking around, there's like no footprints to my door, like, how the fuck did you get here?
Exactly.
Especially that
Like,
girl who's like, there's 3 foot of snow around.
No footprints.
Yeah, and you're not around people like that. Like, come on now. You're not gonna
Yeah.
be like, where the fuck do you guys come from?
Because that would throw me off.
Exactly.
Like, I'm in the middle of nowhere and there's random children.
Because of
Yeah.
course, like,
outside.
you're gonna be like, all right, I gotta check on
Barefoot?
these. Exactly. You're like, all right, I gotta check on these kids. I can't just leave them out there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But then they're gonna lift up their head and they're gonna like, then you're gonna.
Nope, I'm leaving you out there.
And that's why they either need to wear sunglasses or they need to wait to reveal their eyes when they get inside.
Okay, if they come to your door in the middle of the night with sunglasses on,
I was about ready to say.
I mean, okay.
are you
that
the
would-
fucking Blues Brothers? What's
That would
going
also
on
be kind
tonight?
of suspicious, but
Is it Halloween? Did
Yeah.
I forget something?
yeah. Stories of the black-eyed children didn't fade after the first reports in the 90s. If anything, they grew, shifted, and spread. Today, sightings come from suburban homes, police stations, apartment complexes, and security camera logs all over the world.
At 3:37 a.m. on January 12, 2015, a woman in Portland called 911 to report 2 children standing motionless on her porch. The dispatcher's transcript, released later through FOIA request, describes the woman's voice as panic, disoriented, and unable to answer basic questions.
She told the dispatcher the children were asking to be let in, to use the phone, but she didn't recognize them. She said their voices felt rehearsed, wrong, and she repeated one line over and over. Their eyes look wrong.
When officers arrived, 6 minutes later, the porch was empty. No footprints in the frost. No signs of children. No neighbors awake. Just a shaken woman who swore their eyes were black like ink.
And then in 2016, a gas station clerk in Amarillo, Texas, reported 2 kids wandering the parking lot after closing. The children approached the windows, pressing their hands to the glass. The store's security footage, later described in a local report, showed their eyes reflecting light like animals' eyes. but with no visible pupils.
When the clerk refused to unlock the doors, the children stood perfectly still for 12 minutes. No swaying, no shifting weight, no visible breathing. At 3:14 a.m., the cameras glitched, then corrected itself. The children were gone.
A night manager at a Birmingham hotel filed an incident report in 2018 after guests called the front desk claiming 2 children were wandering the halls at 2 a.m. The children told the guest they needed help finding their room, but couldn't give a room number, or a name, or parents.
When the manager checked the hallway cameras, he found footage of 2 small figures standing outside the guest's door. But their forms blurred each time they lifted their heads toward the camera, like the lens rejected their faces.
By the time security reached the hallway, the children had disappeared. None of the hotel exits had been opened.
And then, in 2020, a homeowner in Kelowna, British Columbia, called the RCMP after 2 children kept knocking on neighbors' doors late at night. Multiple households reported the same odd phrasing. "We lost our parents. Can we come inside?"
Officers searched the area. Within minutes, no children were found. No tracks in the mud. No signs of anyone walking in the rain. The official report describes the kid as extremely pale, with dark eyes. The closest any law enforcement document has come to explicitly noting the black-eyed phenomenon.
A woman in Colorado posted her encounter on Reddit in 2021. Her account was verified by moderators through timestamps, location pings, and neighbor confirmation. She woke up at 2:54 a.m. to the sound of children talking outside her apartment door.
When she checked her peephole,
Did you? No. No, you didn't. There you go. You people.
I can't take that seriously.
Yeah.
She saw 2 kids, a boy and a girl, standing inches from the door. Their whispers stopped as soon as she looked. The boy lifted his head slowly, and she saw nothing but black where his eyes should be.
Her lights flickered. Her Wi-Fi dropped. Her TV turned on with nothing but static. When she opened the door to yell at them, they were gone.
Alright, so if every light in your home flickered, your phone lost signal, and your baby monitor filled with static the moment these children appeared, would you blame the technology or the visitor?
Visitor.
Yeah, for sure. Like, you little demon bitches gotta get back. In the name of Jesus, I repel you.
Like, watch,
You
I'm gonna go over to my
poltergeist.
neighbor's house and everything will work perfectly fine. I come over here, nothing's gonna work.
Exactly.
Like, you two stay right the fuck here. Hey, can I borrow your phone real quick? Why? Because of them. What?
Yeah.
What?
What?
What the fuck?
Creepy ass kids.
They're making my house do a light show. I don't like it. I don't know what's going on.
I kind of started reading this and I was like, black-eyed peas.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I keep thinking of.
Get fergalicious on them.
Ever since the first sightings, people have tried to explain what the black-eyed children are, where they come from, why they appear in pairs, and why they need permission to come inside. There are other theories, old ones, modern ones, terrifying ones, and none of them feel comforting. Good to know.
Yeah. Long before the internet, European folklore told stories of the changeling children, spirits or fae that mimicked human kids but couldn't replicate the soul behind the eyes. They appeared at windows and thresholds, always after dark, always asking permission to come inside. The eyes, solid black, were said to mark them as creatures with no soul and no true humanity.
Some believe the black-eyed children are connected to the UFO encounters. The eyes, the emotionless speech, the synchronized movements. They echo descriptions of extraterrestrial human hybrids and abduction reports. And this theory, the children aren't spirits, but scouts, sent to observe, record, study emotional response, and fear patterns.
Nearly every culture has some version of the rule. A dark entity cannot enter without an invitation. It's found in Christian demonology, Middle Eastern folklore, Slavic mythology, vampire legends, witchcraft barriers. The black-eyed children fit that pattern perfectly. They don't invade homes. They wait, patient, polite, almost ritualistic. Because crossing the threshold without permission breaks the rules of whatever they are.
And you think if they're dark entities, they wouldn't care. They wouldn't
Yeah,
care
they're
for
just
rules.
gonna fucking do it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, there's why would they follow rules if they're dark entities? If
Yeah.
they're that dark, then
Exactly.
they wouldn't.
But it's just like
follow any
vampires.
rule.
Vampires
Yeah.
are considered dark, but they still do the same thing.
Yeah.
Because everything
that's-
has a
yeah.
controller.
Yeah.
There's balance.
Satan.
There's balance.
Makes me still want to watch that Sinners movie again. I think
Yeah.
the vampires asked
I
me
need
for
to watch
permission.
it.
It's so good. I
Yeah,
like
'cause
it a lot.
I've always wondered that about them
Those vampires
too.
are creepy,
if
too.
They're already technically dead, and no matter what they do when they die, they're either gonna perish or burn in hell. So either option, you're fucked.
Yeah.
So
Shudder.
why do you need permission?
Shudder's got a movie that's getting ready to come out to theaters. It's called Night Watch or Night Shift, and it's about vampires, but it's set in a cop's perspective.
Oh, that's kind of different.
I was like, that looked like that's gonna be good.
That would be
Responding
good.
to a
You
bunch
know,
of
it's going to
vampire
theaters. Shudder movie is.
Yeah.
Is it going to Shudder too, or just?
Did you
I have
get
no idea.
Shudder yet?
No, I need to tonight. I need to order it. Because I need. Yeah, we need to watch.
The only thing I need to do is get my work boots.
I like vampire movies. I still really like Abigail.
Abigail was good.
That the vampire dad was creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need a prequel about him or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Some witnesses report feeling sick after an encounter. Headaches, nausea, dizziness, fatigue, electronics dying, and lights flickering. Paranormal researchers believe the children might be energetic parasites, beings that feed on emotional charge or life force. The black eyes, in this theory, are not voids, but openings. A way to look into what you are made of.
So, kind of vampires, but energy parasites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh.
There is a theory that the black-eyed children didn't exist until people believed in them. A tupla is a being created through focused thought, intense fear, or repeated storytelling. Like an urban legend that becomes so widespread, so vivid, and so deeply feared, it manifests. Not as a metaphor, not as a ghost, but as something real enough to knock on your door.
Some believe they are the spirits of children who died suddenly, or violently, or far from home. Their eyes blackened as a symbol of what was taken from them. In this theory, they are not malicious, just trapped, confused, bound by rules they cannot break. But if that's true, why do people feel such an overwhelming dread in their presence?
Because they're creepy ass little kids.
Yeah, I was about ready to say.
They show up at your house
Fucking
early,
creepy ass
early.
motherfuckers.
And then they just stand
Let
there.
me in.
And if you say no, they still just stand there.
Just like, I'd be like, bitch, move the fuck off my porch before I roundhouse kick you off my fucking porch.
Yeah.
Get off.
Mm-hmm.
Stop staring. It's not polite to stare, you know that, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Where's your mother?
Yeah.
Where's your mother? Ed Gein knew where his mother was.
Yeah.
Do you know where your mother is? Hello, mother.
And then there is one final theory. The one no one likes to say out loud. Some believe the children are not from our world or the next, but from the space in between. A place without time, without light, without form, where souls are lost or never fully formed. The black eyes aren't voids, they're windows. And when you look into them, you don't see emptiness, you see where they came from.
If the black-eyed children aren't human, and aren't ghosts, and aren't from this world, which explanation do you believe? Or more importantly, which one do you hope isn't true?
I hope it's not aliens. I'm more freaked out by aliens than I am ghosts.
Yeah.
I really am.
Yeah, I could see it. I don't know.
I'd be
aliens.
cool.
I'd be more scared they were vampires or a fucking demon or something.
Yeah, I wouldn't be... If it was a ghost, I wouldn't be concerned. But if it's a fucking alien, I'm gonna be concerned.
It kind of reminds me of, like Freddy Krueger. If you constantly think about him, you're gonna see him.
Yeah.
Well, their descriptions remind me of either the alien-human hybrids or like the demonic human hybrids, the Nephilim.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But they said Nephilim are giants. That doesn't mean these aren't the offspring of something of that sort.
Yeah.
Oh, if they ever show up, just ask them, where the fuck are you from?
Where are
your
you
parents?
fucking from? Like, go
Where are you-
back.
yeah,
Go
where-
home.
My first question is, do you know what fucking time it is?
Do
Yeah.
your parents know where you are?
Yeah.
Creepy ass
Someone's
children.
in trouble.
Yeah. Like, where's your eyes?
I'm like, listen, I don't let kids in my house at 3 in the morning.
Just like
so.
how you're not supposed to ask people in your dreams, like, the
What time
time
it is.
or the date. They
Because that's not a dream.
you should ask them, well,
That's
where's your
reality.
eyes?
That's your
What-
reality shift.
Yeah.
That's when you check in on what's really going on out there.
Ugh, creepy ass children.
That's why some nights you don't remember your dream because they don't clock you in.
Yeah. Dreams are still that's bizarre. I don't know. It makes me overwhelms me thinking like, how the fuck do you dream? I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyways.
I could tell you a few ways.
And that concludes this episode of Veil of Echoes.
If tonight's story stayed with you, if you felt that chill, the hesitation at the door, make sure to follow us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Your follows, your ratings, your reviews, they help our indie show grow and bring more listeners into the Veil.
And if you have a haunting legend or a true crime case you want us to explore, send it our way. We see every message, and one of them just might be our next episode. Tonight, we face visitors in the dark, but on Monday, we face a man whose darkness never hid in the shadows, only behind his family name.
For a century, the Murdaws held power over the Low Country. Influence, prestige, lawmen, judges, generations untouched by consequence. But beneath it all, behind the southern charm and the courtroom smiles, there was rot. Deep, spreading, unseen, until the summer of 2021.
At the Moselle Hunting Lodge On a quiet June night, the rot tore the family open. A mother murdered, a son murdered beside her, and the man who claimed he loved them both stood in the middle of it all.
Fraud, addiction, cover-ups, stolen millions, the death of Mallory Beach, the suspicious death of Stephen Smith, a case clouded in silence and unanswered questions, the mysterious fall of Gloria Satterfield, a Southern empire collapsing under its own weight.
You know the headlines. You saw the trial clips. You watched the documentaries. But on Monday, we're going deeper into the lies, into the legacy, into the psychology of a man who spent decades convincing the world he was a hero while hiding monsters inside his own home.
This isn't just the story of a crime. It's the story of a fall, violent, tragic, and inevitable. And once you hear what happened that night at Moselle, you'll never see the Murdoch name the same way again.
Everything you thought you knew about the Murdoch murders only scratches the surface.
This is a story of power, corruption, and a family empire burning from the inside out.
And Monday begins part 1 of our 2-part Murdoch Murder special. And believe us, Moselle was only the beginning. Until then, keep your ears open.
And the veil closed.